Hello everyone and welcome back to EU4 with the Great Culture Wars, and today we'll have a more in-detail look at map modes and at the ledger, at some alliances and wars that are going on, because this is something that I usually miss when going forward in the episodes. Now, just a quick reminder to everybody who's watching, please always let me know all of the things that I'm missing. Right? All of the things, all of the wars that I'm missing, all of the peace deals, I guess more importantly, that I'm missing in these episodes, because I can only look at certain things, right? So always let me know in the comment section. And one other thing that I want to mention, if I forget to mention something that you have told me about in the comments, that's because I am recording these videos in bulk. So I have, for example, just recorded episode 3 and 4, and now I'm recording episode 5 as well, and I won't be able to take in your comments until episode 6. So just that you guys know how things work. But yeah, for today, as always, I would like to check out the ledger and the wars. Now, we already had a look at Lombard and the Lombardians and their stupid war. Then we have the Occitans, the Bretons, Leonese, and Tuscans against the Maltese, Burgundians, and Neapolitans. We've already had that war checked out as well, and since we have number one great power, the Leonese, on the side of the Occitans, I'm pretty sure that Malta can just give in, because the Neapolitans are not particularly powerful, and the Burgundians, well, I don't know, but alone they won't stand a chance. Then we have a big war as well. Pomerania, the Swedes, the Prussians, and the Flemish against the Czechs and Hungarians. Now this is actually interesting. What is this all about? I think the Silesians. Oh right, the Silesians were in this war as well, but they got pushed out of this quickly. They didn't have to give up any provinces, but they did have to break their alliance with the Austrians and Czechs. So this huge alliance block is kind of broken. I mean, they still have their royal marriages, so we might see them stick together still, but that certainly was a huge blow. So I guess the only thing that we're really going to see here is that the Czechs lose provinces. I could imagine that either Pomerania is gonna grab some provinces here. They have one claim. They might take that. They might even release some provinces or break more alliances. We'll have to see how that goes, but it's heavily in favor of the Pomeranian-Prussian alliance that we see. Other than that, we obviously have the Syrian and Turkish forces fighting Egypt. Okay, so the Turks wanted to take huge parts of Sicily and Bulgaria, and the Syrians gladly helped them, and now it's time for Syria to grow even stronger by taking over mainland Egypt. That's very sad. Now, Egypt will certainly survive. They have already set up colonies in India. Look at that. Well, Egypt is definitely using their geography to their advantage. Look at this. They're creating all of these centers of trade. Now, here's the thing. They will get a bonus from that, but if they lose their main holdings, that means they will have a really difficult time to access the institutions. So if they lose all of this, which it kind of looks like, I mean, they're not going to lose all of it in this very war, but it's possible that they lose it soon. They will have a really difficult time to get the institutions, but they're at least, I mean, if they are just happy with trade, then that's good for them. There's much and more trade to have in India, and if they really focus on one area, they can really carve an empire for themselves, which solely relies on trade, and nobody can really mess with them. Doesn't mean that they're going to win this series. I think everyone who loses their starting provinces is going to lose, but they can still be a force to be reckoned with. So I wouldn't count them. I wouldn't write them off. I should say. So we'll have to see how they turn out. But yeah, other than that, I already obviously checked out the great powers at the end of the last episode. Leon is undoubtedly number one right now. They also look very nice. But I guess we should now check out some map modes. I want to start with the cultures. Now, they haven't really changed. As I said, the AI doesn't really like to convert cultures as much. They either accept them or just leave them be. So we kind of have to see what happens there. But since they have a 20% culture conversion reduction, we might see it. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll really just have to figure it out, or just have to watch and and see what happens there. For the most part, these are the cultures. Hasn't really changed much. It really just depends on where people have colonized. I would also like to check out religions, but that's not really anything new. We have obviously a lot of Catholics in North Africa. The Shia, yeah, too bad. The Shia will probably not do too well. We'll have to see. And yeah, Morocco, Tunis, Syria. I mean, Syria and Turkey, they're doing a really good job of pushing back some Catholics, but mostly the Orthodox. The Tunisians are doing a good job of holding off the Catholics, and Morocco and Andalusia, they kind of decided to ally They kind of decided to ally the biggest power here, which is Lyon, which is probably a smart move. I mean, just look at this. Yeah, it's Andalusia who allied the Moroccans and Leonese, and that goes the same for the Moroccans, which is interesting. So I'm not really sure what they're doing. Perhaps Morocco and Andalusia, as Sunni brothers, they're waiting for Lyon to fall, and then they will strike at them. We'll have to see. This is all obviously speculation. Yeah, the other colonization I've already mentioned, nothing has changed here. Same for North or South America. So yeah, those are the map modes I wanted to check out, and I guess we'll also check out the development. So what I would have really expected is a huge development increase in Crimean lands, which is not really the case. I mean, every nation, of course, always develops their capital quite a bit, but it's not as much as I would have expected, right? So we've got Crimea at 26, but, you know, Moscow is at 32, Kiev is at 29, 29. What's the highest? Looks like 32 in Moscow is the highest, 33 in London, then we've got 30 in Bourgogne, then we've got 31 in Lisbon. So it seems like London is the most developed province in the world. Nyland in Finland is also pretty good. But yeah, of course, this is powerful. Now, I think the nation that I have been missing from the Great Power List, just now because I've remembered it, is Romania. I think those guys are the ones I'm missing. They've taken many provinces from the Lombards, they've taken provinces from the Tuscans, they've colonized themselves, they've taken provinces from the Croatians and the Venetians. So why are they not number 8, for example? So yeah, that's something I don't understand. But anyways, those were the map modes I wanted to go over for the next couple of episodes. As I said, every 5 episodes I will go over this. Please let me know in the comment section if there's a certain map mode you want to see, or a certain page in the ledger. I don't know, what was that? If there's a certain page that you want me to go over, because I will just go over the usual stuff such as development and military. And if there's anything else that you would like to see, let me know. But yeah, now that we had a look at the map modes, let's quickly check out I guess we can check out the country just like that, because here we can see the development. So number 1, Lyon, and then it's Crimea. I really don't know where that is coming from. I just don't get it. I don't get it. We just had a look at the map mode. It doesn't look like particularly developed, so I don't know. I guess I will never know. Syria, kind of the same thing. And then I'm really just, it's insane. The Greek have more development than the Romanians. How? Am I missing them somewhere? No, I'm not. That is so weird. Romanians are down here with 160. That makes no sense. Why are they so far behind? I don't get it. But yeah, it's interesting to see that the Dutch, or the Danish I should say, have less development than the Dutch, who are their subject. But I guess it's still enough development so that they will stay loyal. Actually, let me check that out right now. Are you loyal? Yeah, you have no liberty desire whatsoever. Okay. We see the English allied to the Scots and French. That is weird. That's just weird. But I guess if it helps them out, then so be it. You know, I'm far from it to to deny the validity of that alliance. But anyway, other than that, the development, obviously, there's not really a huge gap between the countries so far. I mean, they're all kind of close together. One war could change it all, right? So we can't really say anyone is winning just yet. I think one thing I would like to check out is income. So Lyon, not really surprised, is number 1. England is on number 2, which is because of their trade, I would assume. So that's good for them. And here I finally see the Romanians at number 4. Okay, great. So even though they are quite far down the list when it comes to just development, they're doing really, really well in terms of trade. And the Danish do very well themselves, because not only do they have Lubeck under their control, at least I would assume, but they also have the Dutch trade power themselves. At least I think they get part of that. So that's good for them. The Turkish and Syrians are doing well because they dominate Constantinople and kind of the Anatolian nodes, so that's good for them as well. Muscovy obviously has Novgorod under their control, which is not a really valuable node, but they still have all of it under their control, so that's why they're doing well. And the Occitans have a huge share in the Genoese node, so that's why they're doing well. So yeah, that's awesome. Venice is still significant, but yeah, that was it. Other than that, I would probably check out the technologies. Who's leading that? Naples is leading that with 27. I guess we should have a look at that as well in terms of map modes. So institutions we know of already, but I would like to check out the technology. Okay, so yeah, Naples is doing really, really well. 999. They are on the forefront of technology there. And there's a few countries who are really lagging behind. 788. We've got 799, 998. Okay. Huh. So yeah, Naples is the epitome of technology or technological research. Also, the Slovaks are very close to that, but they obviously suck otherwise. Okay. Well, Muscovy is doing well in the Ruthenians, and that means they probably have a good chance of keeping that dominant position here, because with the colonialism spreading slowly over here, it will take a long time for these guys to get more technology soon. But yeah, that was what I wanted to check out. Let's go back to the ledger here. We have ideas, projects. I don't think that's too important. I would like to check out the armies, total army size. Leon obviously number 1. Karelia number 2 surprises me. Not only their force limit, which is, I don't know why they have that many troops. It doesn't, I don't know why, but they do. And they also have a lot of manpower. That is very surprising indeed, that they have such a great army. And not only that they have this army, but they're also able to support that one. Now I wonder if they have a lot of their ideas. Oh, they have economic ideas and offensive. Now that is good, because that gives them also the plus 20 national tax modifier and plus 20 morale of armies. That's really good. These national ideas are obviously the same for each nation, but it obviously depends how many of them you already have unlocked in order to get the bonuses there. So plus 20 morale of armies, that's huge. Let's actually check out Muscovy. Muscovy has the same, but they went for religious and defensive. Okay. But yeah, that's good to see. So interesting still that they have so many troops. So then we have Burgundy, but they have no manpower, and then English. All right. Well, that's fine by me. And I think one last thing that I wanted to check out, who is the weakest army? The French have no army, neither do the Sicilians or the Lombards. Okay, well, they're all either just lost a war or are currently losing a war. Other than that, I would like to check out the navies. Total biggest navy is under control of the Finnish, and then the Romanians, then the Greeks. Okay, I mean, I guess I didn't expect the Leonese to be here, but, you know, still, I would have expected them to be a little bit higher than that. 44 for the Finnish. They definitely have the Baltic Sea under their control, you could say. But let's see who has the highest heavy ship fleet. Those are the Danish. Wait, the Danish have 41 ships as well? Oh, they do. Okay, so they're on number 4. So the Danish are probably have the strongest fleet. But then again, they don't have any galleys. Does anyone have galleys? The Greeks have a lot of galleys. Okay. But yeah, other than that, we have the English here, who are very powerful, the Andalusians, and then it kind of trickles down. So Leon still is very powerful, but they could be bested at sea. They could definitely be bested at sea. Alright, so I think that was pretty much all I wanted to check out. Let me quickly see if there's anything else I wanted to go over. I don't think so. I think that was pretty much it. Relations? Well, yeah, that's hard to say. From now. Okay, we don't have a country, so it doesn't really make much sense. All right, so I guess with that all checked out, we could go forward for the last maybe like 5 minutes of this and maybe see the conclusion of a couple of these wars. So we have the Lombards, who are probably just going to get annexed. We have the Egyptians, who will have to give up a lot of their provinces, and the Maltese will probably also be left with nothing but Malta at the end of this war. At least I would assume. But yeah, okay, so Egypt had to give up, oh wow, what, like 5 provinces? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces to the Syrians. So Syria is growing even more powerful, and Egypt, as I said, they will hopefully not colonize any more of these lands, because that's just useless. That's just throwing away their money. What they really should be doing is just abandon that and kind of build up an empire, either here, although that might be too close to the Syrians still, but they should maybe just colonize India. Maybe get a really nice chunk, this part of India, just southern India, just really get that going, and then you can also defend your lands, obviously. If someone comes, you just kick him out with your trade money. That's basically what I would do. But yeah, so this is the conclusion of one of these 4 wars. So let's quickly check out the others. Alright, so Pomerania still against the Czechs, they're winning of course. The Occitans want to get some Maltese provinces, and Wallonia. Now, I think we've just missed another war. Oh, what? I think there were 4 wars. Right, the Lombards. So the Lombards got not completely wiped out, they only lost 1 province. So they still have Milan as their capital province now, 21 development, so they've definitely improved that. Okay, so Lombards is still around, and we've got a new war going on as well, between Wallonia, the Normans, and Saxons against Westphalia and the Swedes. Okay, now Saxony is already occupied. Okay, so who exactly is fighting this? Wallonia, you've got the Normans on your side, so this flank completely covered. And alright, so the Swedes are not going to do anything, so it's basically just a land grab for you guys. And for the Normans, take over whatever the Westphalians have. Perhaps Saxony's going to get something out of it? No, probably not. The Saxons will be they're just kind of a lapdog of the Wallonians, and they will just get destroyed. Yeah, I think so. They only have these 2 provinces. They're constantly besieged. They have no chance of doing anything, really. Poor guys. Poor them. The Serbs have 1 province left, so do the Slovaks. Yeah, a lot of these cultures are going to get wiped out soon. And the Croats, too. I mean, they at least still have a port, and they also have 20,000 separatists fighting for them. They still have a port, so they might have a chance of colonizing somewhere else. Like the Sicilians, they too do have the chance to colonize somewhere else. Castilians also just have 1 province and get wiped out. And yeah, maybe the Aragonese will have a chance of establishing maybe an empire. Hold on, an empire is down here in Africa. That'd be good for them. I would wish it. I would wish it to them. All right. So Malta has been completely occupied here. We should see a peace deal soon. Not sure who else was in this war. Oh, it was the Burgundians. I see. Well, they're gonna feel the wrath of the Leonese very soon, and they will just give in. Pretty sure of that. Have we seen some peace? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Excuse me, but my mouse is messing up. All right. Well, that's kind of strange. Let me. Well, I guess my mouse doesn't want this series or this episode to go on any longer. I'm not really sure what's going on right now, but it's kind of strange. So I think before I just have some weird commentary going on, I will probably just end this episode here. The last ones were a little bit longer, so I guess we can do with a shorter one today. Yeah, alright, this is kind of a weird ending, but I'll just have to end it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. If I can click it.